I feel like society always teaches us that if you're smart or you're pretty or you have some characteristic that you're automatically going to be successful. Now you see this all the time. I've seen, the prettier you are, the easier it is to get a job or keep a job. Or the smarter you are, the better degree that you'll get and you'll make more money. But this isn't necessarily true. And this isn't a great way to look at the world. All of these quality traits are concerned with your ego. Hi, my name is Allison Page and welcome to my channel. I feel like this is going to be a long conversation, so grab a cup of tea and bear with me. I just finished This Side of Paradise by F. Scott Fitzgerald, one of my favorite authors, and the character Amory Blaine. He is described throughout the book as an egotist. He wasn't completely self-concerned, he was still empathetic, so I was really confused throughout the entire novel as to why they were calling him this said egotist. Throughout the book, Amory automatically thinks, like most people do, that because he has all of these great characteristics, he is bound to be successful. But your world isn't bound by what you can accomplish because you were given all of these tools. And that's exactly it. They're tools. Being smart, having skills, they're tools to get you to where you need to go, but they're not directly correlated or related to your sense of self. They're just not. The fall of your illusions of your ego are necessary for you to reach that next step, for you to make peace with the world and see yourself for who you really are. Your ego was given to you for a reason. It was given to you to help you on your path. It was given to you to help you succeed. If you don't build all of these qualities into the right direction, then what's the point of having them? My entire life, everybody always told me what I should be. And it's weird because I never wanted to be any of those things. I never saw myself really in any of, those professions or anything anybody said. But that's because I knew deep down that I was meant for a greater purpose. And whenever I'd say something that I'd actually want to be, I love art and poetry, and I'd always say, I want to be an artist or I want to be a writer. People would be like, you're crazy, you're losing it. Just become a model or like a basketball player, you're like 6'5". I'm not, by the way. But that's the kind of responses I would get. And people aren't going to see the vision, because if you're not in tune with yourself and you can't give your true self to other people, people don't know you. People don't know what your self is capable of, and neither will you. But if we embed ourselves in our perceptions of our ego in a chance to get away from vulnerability, then we're not truly being honest with ourselves. And you're never truly going to change or reach the full potential of how happy and successful you really could be, because you're constantly going to be dealing with the past. You're constantly going to be suffering from the past, not learning from what you've been through. In the age of social media, it's especially hard to come to terms with the fact that being just pretty or likable isn't enough to get you to success or where you want to be. I'm not saying that you can have money or happiness or any of these things that are bound to your ego without depth, because you can, and we see it all the time. Because at the end of the day, all of these things that you crave that are concerned with your ego are fleeting. And if you don't ever choose to wake up and live in this false perception of reality, then you're wasting your life. I'll say it really quietly. You're wasting your life. What are you doing? And there's something so freeing about knowing that your beauty and your intellect and all these qualities concerned with the ego are simply just on the surface, and there's something deeper to get to know, something deeper to build within yourself that's only for you, and that you're the only one that has that. Nobody else is you. Nobody else can be you. People may be prettier, people may be smarter, people may be funnier, but you don't have everything that is you. You can't think your way into a meaningful life. You truly have to live without your ego and without expectations. You have to be present. And to be present, you have to combat the distance between your ego and yourself. For example, if you're constantly putting other people down, you're thinking with your ego. Because if you loved yourself and you spent time with yourself, why would you want to put somebody else down? There's no way that that's your mission here in this moment, unless it's your mission to grow and change and not be that person anymore. I mean, some people are just natural haters, but maybe you were born to change that. Maybe you were born to change that. I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm just here. Be really susceptible to understanding how you can change yourself and fundamentally become a better person. Understand when in the moment your thoughts might be coming from your ego and might be coming from yourself. And you have to understand that the only way to truly live is to build out the space so you can really be yourself. So you can put in the real work and become somebody that you really want to be. And that comes with letting the veil go and seeing the world for how it truly is. Not just a perception of your deepest fears and your ego. Word of the day. It's not overnight that you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be this non-judgmental person who functions only for their self and their sense of self and where they want to go. I'm still working on this in my own life. It's really freaking hard. So if you do this, like, we can do it together. But it's hard to get to know yourself. It's hard to look at yourself. And I'll say it over and over and over again in every single video until my face turns blue. You don't know what you have to get through, the blockages, the limitations to truly get to where you need to be. A lot of times when you're putting all your thought into one thing, that means that it's concerned with your ego and that it's not a good reflection of yourself. In order to have this balance between your ego, your sense of self, and your brain, you have to have multiple different avenues, multiple different focuses. It's not all about just one thing. Your life isn't. You might have a purpose, but it's going to take a lot of different things to get there, including your skills and your egos. So put the work in to make your ego a good thing. Your ego is uncomfortable to deal with, first of all. I know we've all heard of an ego death here. When your ego is transitioning and, you're shedding kind of those beliefs that were with it, it hurts, it's hard, and it's uncomfortable, and nobody wants to do it. But if you want to truly connect and be yourself in this life, you probably should. I know nothing, but I know that for one thing. I feel like a lot of people see life as well as like something that keeps hitting them and hitting them. When they have challenges and you keep getting the same challenge, that means it's probably a cycle of your ego and it's not a great representation of yourself and it doesn't align with you. Let it go. Let it go with the old part of your egos that you no longer want. And you'll keep having to shed your ego over and over again. You're just gonna have to, but in different ways. And that's how you know when you're truly growing, when you're not passing the same judgments, when you're not putting so much emphasis into that one quality that maybe at one point defined you. Life is completely unpredictable, and just because you have all these great qualities doesn't mean that you're gonna get anything out of it. It's just not how it works. I wish it did. That's the long spiel of what I got out of This Side of Paradise by Scott Fitzgerald. Love that man. Don't know him personally, but I'll stop with the dad jokes. But I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. Maybe even learned something about yourself. Till next time. Bye.